Hey, do you guys love golf as much as I do? But hate driving to the range only to pay $10 for a gnarled up bucket of balls? Why don't you have it at home? Let me show you how. One of our dogs was diagnosed with epilepsy, and so it became much more difficult for my wife and I to both be gone. So instead, we invested in making a driving range at home. Some of the conditions had to be was my wife didn't want to see it all the time. Yeah, that was about it. Easy to tear down, put back up because I didn't want to deal with it. So came up with this. And so let me show you quickly just kind of how I did it in case you want to try to put it together on your home. But first things first, let's take a trip to the hardware store. What we did here is we just took these decorative stones, paver stones, and they're all of $1 each, and I just put some sand and leveled out an area, and that is my hitting surface that I can put my mat on. My mat, I think it was $65, and the reason for that is I wanted to be able to use a real tee instead of using those plastic tees, and quite frankly it's kind of a nice feel. It does grab just like rough or thicker grass if your club goes into it. All I did with each one of these 6-inch pipes that I used with the cap, I just dug a small hole, only needed to be about 6 to 8 inches. I just put the mortar mix all the way up to the bottom of the threads. Make sure when you're setting the 6-inch pipes into your mortar that you actually have the pipes angled in the mortar just so slightly. So if you set them straight up and down, you're gonna end up having a real big sag in the middle of it. So again, make sure you set them out just so slightly. 3 1/4 inch conduit pipe, not the 1/2 inch. And again, we just drilled a hole in there so we can get that clothesline hanger in there, and you just do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and that's it. Now, do you really need to get totally elaborate and get a fully enclosed net? Well, that depends upon you and your game. Me, I felt more comfortable that if I was going to hit a shank, that it would stay in the net, and to have that peace of mind, it was going to stay there and not go into my neighbor's house. It was worth the couple extra bucks for it. All right, so one important note when you're looking for a net, make sure you're looking for a net that actually will, the holes are small enough to stop a golf ball. Oh! Also, look for a net where the impact area has a double net, or maybe sometimes they even have an actual solid panel. So because when you hit the single net, your golf ball will go flying through, as I learned recently with my driver, and it went straight through because I missed the double net. So that's why I've added Velcro straps that I tied to the double net and the single net, so it all goes together. And then I just pull this one to my corner so I don't miss it. I never miss the impact area, even on a shank. Take a driver, stick it up in the air, measure it, find out how tall it is. I'm all about 5'8", 5'9". My driver, if I reach really high, will sometimes, on a pad shot, brush the top of that. I get to enjoy it with my puppies. Hi, there you are. Yes, you're interrupting my video. So if you want to get a little crazy, you can get yourself a launch monitor. And here I've got SkyTrack, which is inexpensive and by comparison. It's just Bluetooth to my iPad. I got a driving range. Whoa! Yeah! And I can even play actual golf courses on it. so there you have it. A trip to the hardware store, a couple holes in the ground, and you've got yourself a driving range that you can take up and down, and it doesn't obstruct your view, makes the wife happy. You can stay at home, save a couple bucks. So all that's left is just to enjoy. Thanks.